Hello. Good to see you.
Alright there, Revenants, welcome back to Code Vein and the Road to 100, where today we are in the Howling Pit, and today we are going to be running Prometheus with the Wrathful Balmont. Now, as we start here in our balance business, you'll notice that we have 166 balance as we stand here right now, just as is. If we go for EO with Conviction Spike, this puts us up to the 250 mark, which is fantastic. And then we have to, and then we have two gifts here that make really good use of stagger resistant builds, and that's Perfect Balance and Royal Heart. So we're going to be making use of this. The problem is going to be that you'll notice that we have very low defenses. However, that is where Iron Will and Foul Blood Barrier, and then when we get over there, we'll be using the Damarung. That is where those three items will most likely come in super handy to reduce the amount of damage that is coming our way, because the Executioner hits like a truck here at max difficulty, and she will kill us in one hit, regardless of what we are doing. So, Cleansing Light, and all of the damage reduction gifts that we can have, that will be the difference between life and death. So what I want to show is that as we get into the area here, the most important element that you can bring along on the Wrathful Balmung is going to be ice. That is going to be your friend. You can see that the amount of damage here is very significant for what we have to run, and that is going to be our bread and butter damage as we run through the area here. And you'll notice that it is just simply the element of choice here. So let's go ahead and see if we can knock this guy down. Never mind. And you can see that we are able to just kind of smash these guys into oblivion here. Whoops, we got a backstab with no real consequences or anything like that. And we are able to, unintended, crush them down very fast, very simply. However, when you go for the Executioner, you can bring a lightning version or an ice version or a blood version, which a blood version doesn't really exist, but I would not recommend fire, as she does have a resistance to it in phase 2, so ice or lightning. And so we're just going to bring the lightning one along, and we're just going to zip through here because there's not really a whole lot of balance resistance that we need to look at in this area, because our damage values or our resistance values are so very low. We are going to be at some pretty significant disadvantages here as we go along, and so there's no code switching or anything like that. We just need to make it through and get to the boss as quickly as possible. Okay, and this big boy is just going to be a I-Core upgrade here for us. And this is also where lightning comes in helpful and useful. Now we are doing crush damage here, which is not what you want to be doing. Okay, and so we just kind of make him dance around in circles there, and all will be cherry. Now, during the Executioner fight, there are many parryable moves. It's just whether or not you can actually time them correctly to get them to be a good parry, especially with an Ivy Veil. That can be a little bit tricky and taxing for sure. So that is something that you do want to work on, to make sure that you are understanding when and where the parryable attacks are, because otherwise things can become very difficult very quickly. Okay, what is she attacking? Something over there? Now my friend here has exceptional balance because he is a thick boy with at least 4 Cs, if not more, and he will not stagger very easily, but with a crush weapon like the Wrathful Balmung, he does stagger very, very well for us. Okay, so we'll just zip through here. Again, there's nothing really to show with Conviction Spike when you are adventuring. It's not really as interesting as you might think because of all of the enemies. They pretty much die before they get a chance to do anything to you, but also at the same time all of the enemies do incredible amount of damage, and so they will either kill you before you actually can do anything, or they will be dead. So it's either you or them will be dead before Conviction Spike actually looks like it is a possibility to do anything. Okay, so we will keep our higher I-Core count here as we head over to the fight. Okay, now we have to stop here so we can get things going. So let's take our lightning, and we do have to parry all of her attacks. Now you can't parry her stomps and her feet things, so don't try. But what you can parry, you definitely should take advantage of when she is using her strikes with her sickle. Oops. Okay. And that is why parrying becomes very, very difficult with the Ivy Veil. Okay. And that is a non-parryable move. Now we have exceptional stagger resistance now because we are we don't have good enough stagger resistance though. See? We still do not have the stagger to sustain, that level of activity. However, we have to kind of play this as a little bit more careful because we want her to actually do her sickle strikes. We don't want any other kind of moves, which is very difficult because most of her moves are not sickle strikes, and that is where the difficulty starts to ramp up, is right here at this point in time. So keep that in mind. I may not be able to actually make it through all of these boss fights the best possible way, and we may have to resort to other tactics and stuff, but for right now this is what we are going for. Okay, good. We got a couple of attacks there. Okay, good. Okay. I have to dodge that. Oh, okay, I thought she was doing another attack. Okay, she got tired of going after me. Let's go for a charge attack while we can. Okay, let's go for cleansing light. Okay, good. We staggered her out of her attack there. This is fine. Okay, let's see if she's going to do an attack. That is not acceptable. Let's see if she's going to do another attack. She's going for EO. That's fine, I guess. Now that is a parryable attack. Okay, let's go for Conviction Spike. Quick, quick, quick. We're dead. Oh, we're not dead. Okay. She's going for that, so we'll run away. Now we have no I-Core to speak of, so that's really bad. Okay, let's go ahead and heal. Let's see here. Okay, we are focused, so we will be able to stagger resist big time here. And we can't get a parry because she's doing a lot of non-parryable things. Okay, she's going after EO. Okay. Okay, good. She's staggering pretty hard there, which is great. Whoops. Even with perfect balance, we did not resist the stagger. Okay, so we're pretty much completely out of I-Core here, which is not great. Whoops. And there's nothing really to parry here at this point, which is most unfortunate. Okay, so let's go ahead and heal while we have the chance. So most of her strikes now are not parryable, which is most unfortunate. Oh, and as soon as she does one that has a parry option, I miss out on it. So unfortunate for me. Okay, hopefully she doesn't kill EO. Good. EO blocked that. That's awesome. Oh, okay. She's gonna slide. There's a parry. Okay, let's heal. Oh, that was a parry. Okay, let's see. What is she going to do? So this is the problem with Conviction Spike for this fight, is that it really doesn't do you any good justice for the fight, because most of the time, well, with this build especially, we don't have any real damage resistance, and as you saw, there really wasn't enough I-Core recovery in any kind, because she wasn't doing any of her sickle strikes often enough that would purport, you know, a large I-Core pool in any appreciable manner. Unfortunately, that's really the struggle that we get into there. Typically, she's doing a lot of the slides, a lot of the explosions. She's doing a lot of the high kicks and the foot stomps, and so and all of those are not parryable because they have multiple hitboxes, and they hit behind you, in front of you, around you, everything. And so it's really unfortunate that she has so many unparryable attacks, and her first phase doesn't last long enough to actually give you a good amount of time to learn the sickle strikes in order to make parryable play. So it's unfortunate, but this is a pretty cool build in spite of all of that, because you're taking something like the Bewitching Thorn, which has a pretty decent average balance value, and you're sending it upwards, you know, into the stratosphere for a very, very light veil like this. I mean, it is 23 weight, and with Royal Heart, Perfect Balance, and Conviction Spike, you can really, really power through some of the very, very difficult attack moves. However, the problem then becomes, though, that you need to somehow figure out how to withstand the damage loss. So anyways, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye.